It is day 4, the final day here at INDISC. My name is Jeff Teols from Pinball Profile. Before we get started, we want to thank all the people that have helped make INDISC such a success. We certainly know about Jay and Bob and Jim and of course Carl D'Angelo here at IE Pinball, but also the many volunteers. Matt, for example, behind the camera, Emoto, who's helped out from Marco remotely, Gene doing wonderful photography. The list goes on, and we do want to thank all those wonderful people that sponsored and volunteered their time to make this wonderful event happen. And now the big action. 40 players in the playoffs. One of them will be the world champion, the IFPA World Championship, the Open here at INDISC. Someone's going to win that gorgeous trophy, have their name on a banner, and also, thanks to the IFPA, win a brand new Stern Premium pinball machine. Who will it be? Let's find out.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Riverside, California. I'm Neil McRae.
I'm Bill Mason from Huntersville, North Carolina.
I'm Gene X. Wong from San Francisco.
And we're here to catch the end of round 1 of the Open playoffs and into round 2. So round 1's been running since 8 a.m. We're going straight to Star Trek Next Generation, a game we're probably all very familiar with, I think it's fair to say.
Yeah, I only played this one maybe twice during qualifying. I had a lot of trouble with it, but I had a lot of trouble with most of the games here. But
Wow. Jason with a tremendous start, 1.5 on the start.
Yeah. And we'll pick some names here. So Jason Zeller, winner of Classics. Brian O'Neill, a former winner. Carlos de la Cerda. And Nick, who's local from the Bay Area,
yep.
I believe.
Yeah, and Brian used to be from the Bay Area as well, so we got 2 of our folks, sort of.
So this game has it has one modification in that the drop target up here near the space ship at the top is not automatically down. You've got to hit it, and that makes it a little bit tricky at the start of the game. So you can't just simply plunge for multi-ball in this game.
Right. So Nick's off to a solid start. He's doing the warp theory, the warp strategy, which seems to be the prevalent strategy for most people. Start with warp factor 4 and just keep hitting the warp shots and cycling around. And score builds up pretty fast by doing that. You have others that will try the modes, but I think most people try the warp theory or the warp strategy, which is what I think Brian's going to do here. And he did.
And you can see it bounce off that drop target at the top. You can't select it.
There we go.
There we go, yeah.
Now we're getting that rhythm going. Oh man, as soon as I say he gets a rhythm going, that's what happens to him.
The curse of the announcer.
Yep. Up steps Carlos.
Yeah, here we go.
Player 4. Looks like Brian won the first game. For those of you who don't know, we're joining the second game of the first round of the playoffs. Brian looks like he won, and Jason looks like he got second. Carlos got third, and then Nick got fourth on the first game.
Straight into the warp strategy here from Carlos. I expect him to really nail this. Carlos is a great player when it comes to these repetitive shots.
Yes. And Carlos has his little thing where he flips the flipper in between shots, especially on classics. He likes to do that.
I have to say,
see how he does that?
Yeah, I've picked that habit up from him. And I tell you why, because as I've got older, my hands get tighter, and it just keeps your hands mobile when you're playing.
Yeah,
bad luck.
And Carlos can see what happened, and it's kind of like on Iron Man, those slings at the very top, how they're kind of angled to the outside and kind of promotes the ball to leave, so it can be kind of tricky there. So Jason stepping up for ball 2. You can tell he did the warp strategy because his option now is warp factor 2 instead of warp factor 4. That resets to warp factor 2. So I don't know if he's going to do that or choose to start a mission. This is for as good as Jason is at making shots, I would assume he's just going to go ahead and keep going with the warp strategy.
And also a recognition of how tough. We were talking about this earlier, Bill, before we came on air. You know, Jason is not a terrible player, but starts without a bye, and it just shows you how brutally difficult the qualification for this was.
It was. It's some pretty good pinball players that did not make it. So Jason got his first lock, so now he's going to work that way. Oh, man, he used his kick back there. Oh, good anticipation, just kind of missed the shake on that. Kind of unfortunate. Still not too bad. Jason sitting in a pretty good spot here. Nick with a solid start as well, almost 900. Ball one.
Yeah, Nick needs to get off the. He needs to get some points in the bank. And actually probably in this format, if you don't pick up a win by the second game, you're probably in trouble.
Yeah. So Nick's chosen warp factor 2 and is going to try the same warp strategy.
And yeah.
Uh-oh. Yeah, he could tell that was trouble, especially the way it was going to spin off the sling there.
This is the danger with Star Trek. The outlanes are just literally little bits of metal, and it's a killer. If your ball goes near the outline, you're dead.
Yeah. The game, on all the games here, are playing fantastic. The techs here did a fantastic job of keeping the games. Of course, there were a couple that went down here and there. That's going to happen as part of the tournament, but the techs, shout out to all the techs here. Staying on top of the machines and fixing them. Jim and others that were helping out, keeping the games in top condition.
Yeah, and I mean there must be at least 70, maybe 80 games in the tournament. It's non-trivial to keep that many games running where they're constantly used.
Yep. So Brian got around to the spinner over to the top. Hopefully he's trying to get a feed to the. He's gonna bounce over and then spinner.
Nice.
There we go. See if he gets all the way around for him. There he goes.
Just a bit late on that
Ooh.
shot.
Oh no, this is double.
That's very dangerous.
I can't tell you how many times that got me yesterday.
And Brian, he's trying to cement his position. He wants to go through. There you go. That was outlays.
And a tilt. A fair tilt on this game.
Yeah. I didn't find any of the tilts desperately bad.
No. There are some that are tighter than others, but this was certainly plenty reasonable.
Last year, Batman Dark Tilt, as I like to call it. I don't know if you remember it. Holy moly.
Yeah, I played Abracadabra yesterday, and it tilted, which ended the game yesterday. But that's okay. That's part of classics, I guess. So Carlos is stepping up. Less than desirable start. He's going to start. Ooh, I think he was a little early on that. Yeah, he got a multiplier. He definitely did not want that, but that's okay. He's still got the ability to come back from that.
And if he puts a big bonus, if he puts a big bonus up, the bonus can be reasonable in this game. So 2x bonus isn't the end of the world.
Yeah, it's not the end of the world.
It's not what I wanted.
Yeah, he definitely wanted the warp factor 4. So he was shooting for the right ramp there to get that feed to the flipper.
On ball 2, it starts on warp factor 2, right?
It only does that if you made reasonable progress in the warp strategy before.
Okay.
So since he did not get far enough in the warp strategy, it was still lit for him. Yeah, he just he plunged a little too soon and he got the multiplier instead. So you can see how Jason only has warp factor 2 because he apparently did very well on ball 1 with the warp strategy.
Does it go down from that if you keep doing well?
No,
okay,
warp factor 2
is
the lowest it goes. So really, your two choices here are to do the start the mission if you're a mission based kind of person, or to do the warp factors, which is what Jason's doing.
Right. I mean, if you can get a rhythm going on the missions, there's decent points there. I always start with Q. But you got to grind it out. You got to grind it out.
Yeah, but his shot making ability. This is certainly what he has to do here. And then he gets that spinner lit, and that spinner can be obscene sometimes when he gets those points up there. The 700 right now. Nice catch.
Yeah, and welcome. We're on the front page of Twitch today. Welcome if you're new to pinball. This is the IFPA Open Championships. ran by the great people from the Inland Empire Pinball Association. We have about 350 players here trying to win the competition. But welcome to the channel.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
Yeah, he tried to bounce it.
Yeah.
He anticipated it. It's just sometimes, even if you anticipate it, even if you do a good bounce, it's just not going to come out.
You've just got to keep the ball just completely away from those outlanes. Accuracy is crucial in this game.
Yeah. Yeah, like I talked about how those slings are seemingly angled more towards the out lane.
This game seems worse than almost any other game I play with those out lanes. The
Yeah,
angles
I
are really
agree.
bad, right?
I
Like
agree. There's actually a guy in Germany who sells out. Like they've just increased the outlane by a little bit, and it just makes a massive difference to the game. But they're not here.
no,
because this is
nothing
the World
here
Championship.
is making games easier.
No.
No. Nice choice to let the ball come down.
That was smart.
So Nick's clearly trying to win, but he has to at least get second in this.
Yeah.
To get the 2 points and give himself a chance on the third game. Brian's in a little bit of a hole. You can see he still has the choice for the Warp Factor 4 gene because he did not get through the warp strategy. I forget how far you have to get before it defaults to the Warp Factor 2, so he will have that choice, and so will Carlos when he gets up.
I think it's Warp 9.
Is it
When
9?
you get to 9, I think.
Okay.
I think.
Nice.
Bounce. Oop, bounce again.
Yep.
Very nice.
Nice.
Brian's a
Good find out
fantastic
rhythm.
player. That
Yeah,
worked out for
absolutely
him.
Nice.
amazing player, Brian. And one of our sponsors, Brian works for Scorebit.
Oh, nice.
Bounce over, yep. Uh-oh.
Oh. Regretted shooting that one on the fly.
He knew right away.
It ma-
actually.
yep,
He
made him
knew
pay the
right
price. Yep. He was like, I don't know why I shot that on the fly. I catch myself doing that too.
away. Idomans, yes, we can see chat, and it's good to see you guys.
Yes.
But we're going to focus on the play as much as we possibly can because that's what people are here to see.
Yep. So now Carlos is not going to select the multiplier this time. He's going to make sure he times this just right. There you go.
Gets it. Straight in.
There you go.
There it comes.
Points
Here
come
we
in
go, here we
bunches
go.
in this strategy.
This could be Chungus Army. Oh, no.
Oh, look at him.
No, I thought we were going to get some.
So that makes the next round everybody can get through.
Yep, so that'll put Carlos at 2 points. Brian will stay at 4 points. Nick moves up to 2 points, and Jason has got a lead at 6 now going into the third game.
So anybody can get through.
That's true.
Nice.
Yeah, Jason in good position now, I think.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Just needs a second, and he's pretty much guaranteed.
Is
Noth-
he driving?
nothing wrong with having a 6 and having his skill level. It's a pretty good advantage to have.
Indeed.
Fantastic
He's
player.
a phenomenal player.
Yeah.
Won the classics earlier in this weekend, and won it in style. Actually, knocked out some big names.
Yep, and he's in the mix for the high stakes. Tremendous
Yes.
competition in the high stakes. I still have a couple more entries on that, but some of the scores in there are, wow, incredible.
Yeah, someone put $1 billion on. I'm trying to remember which game it was.
At Walking Dead, or?
No, it was not a game you'd expect to see. Sorry.
Yeah.
Someone said 200 billion on Johnny
Johnny
Mnemonic.
Mnemonic,
Is
yeah.
that right?
Yeah, I know it was pretty high.
It was insanely high.
I know there's 2 scores in the 70s on Genesis, which is
70 million?
yeah, which is pretty ridiculous.
You can follow on neverdrains.com/2023 if you want to have a look at all those scores.
All right, so
Right.
it looks like we're
Enjoying
picking up with
Tron.
Tron. Jared August coming up to Tron with a really
All
good
three.
score,
This is-
85 starting bar 3.
And this is a tight group. It's 4 phenomenal players.
Wow.
2 former winners, I think. Jason Werdrick, winner of high stakes. Colin Urban, a former world champion winning here. Zach Sharp, Pinball champion. It's a big group, this group.
Yes, it is. And then Jared's currently ranked 4th
Yeah.
right now.
Jared's a phenomenal guy. I always ask him, what should I do on a game, and he's always willing to help.
Yes, he's
Great
very
kid.
willing to help. Escher is too. Escher and his dad are very open with strategies on different games. They love to help out. They like to give people tips on the games whenever you ask them. So
Great,
nice staging,
yeah.
nice staging by Jared. So he's holding that ball. He's going to play that one ball, and then when he loses that ball, he's just going to shoot the disc to restart it.
Nice.
Which we'll see something lovely here. I always love the separations.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
And he was doing that stage. I mean, he didn't need to stage that part of it, but he was staging that.
This is top play here for
Yeah.
Jared. And Jared's making this look really easy. If you're a first-time pinball watcher, let me tell you, this is very hard.
Now he's going to shoot the disc to restart it. It restarts his multi-ball. Now he's working towards his disc super jackpot, which he's making really good progress on.
You can hit any of the shots, disc the blue lit shots for that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
It looks like he's got, what, one more disc shot, and then the visor will come up. It's hard to read what it says. Or is that a 7?
I think that's it's not easy, is it? I think it's
Okay,
a
7, yeah.
The code of this.
Oh,
one,
wow.
wow, that was
Got
neat.
double scoring now.
Beautiful.
That's
Massive.
woo, pretty impressive. So, pretty obvious that Jared picked this game. I mean, he's player 1, but 14 for super jackpot. Nice job. Just go ahead and shoot the loop over there and finish it off.
Oh.
No, that was an interesting backhand.
Uh-oh. That was a double, wow.
Yeah, you got lucky getting away with that. I don't think he meant to do that. Yeah, I think he was trying to post pass.
Yeah.
Or was he trying to backhand the scoop?
I thought he was maybe trying to backhand.
I think
it,
he
but
was.
getting a little fancy.
See a
It's just
simulation.
a
Nice.
risk he doesn't need to take.
Yeah, he's also got a good score, but any of these
These
other guys
players,
can catch
though,
up.
yeah.
Totally.
Okay, so now he's at clue, part of his sea of simulation. So he's got to finish the clue mode so that he can move on. Looks like he's got, it's kind of hard to tell, most of the rest, if not all of the rest.
Yeah, he's got.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, that's gone.
That was a great ball, though.
Yeah, fantastic game. And for those of you watching, I mean, this game was set up pretty steep, pretty fast, and you can tell by his score. And look at the other 3 world-class players, not even at 10 million, and he's over 120.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the separation that he had on this particular game. Worked out pretty good for him.
That might have been his second sea simulation then, right?
Yeah, possibly.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, it's hard to tell.
Yeah.
With that kind of score, I mean, he was 85 going into ball 3, so. So Zach steps up with the mindset that I have to get second place. I mean, you got to be realistic whenever you have goals on something like this. I got to try to win second. Sometimes you just can't win first. You just need points, right?
I think game 2, you're with 0 points. You want to win.
Oh, he wants to, but
Yeah, he needs to get some.
you got to set
That
realistic
is gonna
goals.
you're right.
You got to
You're
set
right,
realistic goals from the
100%.
beginning, right? I mean, 120-something million is kind of difficult to on one ball. It's kind of difficult to overcome. Not that it's not possible.
It's a massive score.
Yeah.
No doubt about it.
So I mean that's what Jason, Colin, and Zach are doing. They're sitting there saying, all right, let's try to get the 2 points out of it. I mean, not that 1 is out of the question, clearly. I mean, 4 points is out of the question, but that's the mindset you have to take. Is let's start with second place, and then if things string together, we can move up from there.
Yeah.
Kind of fast coming out of the scoop too. So he's probably going to try to get light cycle going. He's
3 of these.
Okay, so now his light cycle is lit at the scoop, which is what he wanted.
Post pass, or he's going to backhand it?
Yeah, he's going to post pass.
Yeah.
He just needs a multi-ball. Shoot the end of the line shot here and get
this
some
will be nice.
points.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
That's a
There you
lovely
go.
shot.
Nice job, Jason. That's a little bit of a sigh right there. You know, sitting there at 5, and then all of a sudden has a multi-ball going.
Yeah, I mean, he's guaranteed third and
He's got
probably
at least 1
guaranteed
point,
second
yeah.
and possibly second.
Yeah, it's no lead to save with Colin there though.
Yeah, true.
Jason keeping control right from the beginning.
And for light cycle, what do you hit? The ramp.
So
light cycle
the
shots.
lit light cycle shots. You can see the left ramp and the right in between the pop bumpers.
Right.
I don't know if Neil can illustrate over there.
Unfortunately, the telestrator's
It's
got
not
a
working.
bit of an issue right now.
So you can see they're flashing the cycles.
And you can stack in the other multi-balls to that one?
Yes, so he can get Cora
Maybe power cycle them
if he gets enough, and that's kind of what he's shooting right now.
Yeah, it's hitting the.
There you go. Ooh, that worked out good here.
Yeah. Seems like what most people do. Get light cycle and Cora.
Yep.
Yeah, this
2
combo.
more for Cora. And see, that's the great part about this kind of strategy too, is not only are you working your way towards Cora, but you can get the end of the line jackpots as well, right? So
Those are open-ended per ball, right? So you can, it just goes up in value every time you hit it.
what does?
The end of line jackpots.
Yeah, it has to go with the combinations that you have going, the combination shots.
The last one was 1.9.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Still not bad though. 12 plus bonus. Only had 1 or 2 more core shots to go to get it started.
Yeah, I think if you're right, Bill. I think if you're calling right now, you want 13 million.
Yeah, that's your immediate goal,
Yeah.
is 13. I
Yeah.
mean, he's already got a point to go with the 4 that he had on game 1. So yeah, if he can get 13 and move into the 3rd game with 6 points,
That's huge.
he would be happy right with that.
And 2 players go through each round.
Right. And again, I'm not suggesting he's not trying for first, but your immediate goal is second.
There we go.
That's a tough catch out of there.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah.
The speed that it comes out was
Yeah, Werdrick was
caught me
letting
by
it
surprise yesterday.
This is a
get
fast
bounce
game.
over. Yeah.
So he's trying for Cora as well. Ooh, a little bit dangerous. Pounce it over. There you go.
Oh, got a
Oh,
gem.
got a
That's
little
nice.
gem out of it. All right.
It's nice to hit that shot.
Ah,
I
he
don't think he was
started
aiming
his
for it.
follow gem mode.
Yeah.
You can also shoot that gem mode. Some people have success shooting the Tron targets on the
bank it-
left
bank
and
it
then
off
banking
there.
it off of there.
Yeah.
I've seen that work with reasonable success. Nice anticipation where it was going there.
There we go.
Cora's lit. That's what he wants. Bounce over. Now he's going to shoot it. There you go. Nice awareness on his part that he only needed one more. Oh.
He still got a point out of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, not quite enough.
Nope. He was
It shows how outstanding that 125 million score is.
Yeah,
actually.
that's really impressive.
Jared will have 6. Colin will have 5. Jason will have 3. And Zach's still on 0, so that's tough.
Yeah, Zach in a difficult situation right now.
Yeah, mathematically, is he? I think see.
Yeah, hard to see him come back, actually.
Yeah, but I mean, he's still fighting for position. Even if he can't advance, you still get position on there. So Gene's looking at the math right now to see where he is. So it was 6 for, I think maybe he can still get in if he wins.
Or at least force a tie.
Doing some
I think.
mental math, yeah.
Maybe for the 2nd position.
Yep.
As a tiebreaker.
No, because if it's 6 and 5, then and he has 0, the 6 and 5.
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Okay, so it is 6 and 5.
Because
Okay.
at the most he can get is 4. So
Yep.
yeah.
So
I think we're gonna.
I wonder
go
if
to
Carl
another
is going to
machine.
move us over to something else.
I think the group on Rush is still playing.
Yep.
We'll see.
So what you guys are watching is the Open Championship after 3 days of brutal qualifying with over 250 or so people. I don't forget the exact amount, but it was like over 250, or around 250 last time I checked. 3 days of qualifying from 9 a.m. to 11 p.m. And then there was some classic tournaments that were Classics 1s was on Friday, and then Classics 2 tournament was yesterday. So you had those tournaments as well. And they do have a Sunday Strikes tournament going on back here on the other side for those who still want to play on Sunday.
And don't forget high stakes.
And then
which,
high stakes, yeah.
Finals of later. But I mean, just to give you an understanding how tough this was, I'll just pull out a couple of names. Colin McAlpine, Pinball World Champion, didn't qualify. And a couple of other big names. Jack Tadman, who was in both finals of the Classics.
And he finished second in New York, too. I mean, fantastic player.
Robert Gagnov, multiple world champion, didn't qualify.
Wow.
You know, this was not an easy task to qualify.
Makes me feel better.
Absolutely, 100%. And the games are actually not, I mean, they're not unfair. They're just tough, and the competition is tough, and there's only 40 spaces. That's it.
Yeah. That's what I like is the machines are set up well. You know, since it's a ticket and you need to be consistent, you don't need to make them so murderous that you just can't play them. You can get a hold of most of them.
I love this format. I struggled with consistency, and that's the key to this format is being consistent on 5 straight games so you can have a good enough card. And invariably, it seems like you get 4 pretty solid games, and then the one game that where the score is not high enough, and it keeps on bleeding out, and you just sit there and you watch your point until it'll go down and down and down. And that's what happened to me yesterday. I was trying to get another good card in so I could get back up into the top 40, but it just didn't work out yesterday. But I love this format. Fantastic format.
Yeah, I really when I first started playing card, I wasn't a fan of it, but I've grown to love it.
Yeah. Well, I think it's hard. It's the hardest format, right? I think that's why it's the most frustrating. You know, you get like 3 games into a decent ticket, and then if you bust it, you're just like. But I think you could still, you know, depending on how high the other ones are, you can kind of get in. Because I think I've seen in past, I don't know about this year, where people had a 0 even because they had, you know. But I think that was bigger cards or something. And
I
think with 5, you don't have to do that.
I think that's one of the bounties is to qualify with a 0. I don't know if anyone actually
That'd be pretty impressive because you'd have to get
like some first, second, thirds.
You'd have to get some first, seconds, and thirds in other games.
Yeah.
I don't know if anyone did that, but we'll find out later on.
Yeah, the bounties are kind of
fun. I tried. I got second on Tommy, and then my Mystery Castle score was not very good, so it caused me to fall down. But you know. It's been a lot of fun here. It really has. This is my 3rd year doing it. How many years have you done it, Neil?
This is my 3rd year as well,
okay.
Actually. I was at the last one in Banning and then here last year, and they've all been fantastic events.
Yeah.
But I just love the selection of machines, especially coming from Europe where we don't have this wide a range of machines. You come here and you play something you've never seen before.
Yep.
It's just, it's phenomenal. And if you're new to pinball, it's one of the big challenges. We have all these different machines, different strategies, different rules. They play differently. The flippers are differently, and if you can master that, then that makes you the world champion. And that's what these top 40 players have done. They've mastered that ability to adapt very quickly to a new game or a game that they may be familiar with, but plays a little bit differently. And if you can quickly turn that on, you qualify, and it's downhill from there. But I find it really difficult to adapt to a game that I already know. It just the mind muscle.
Yep.
You know, you kind of I know to flip here, and actually it works great at home. Doesn't work here, unfortunately.
That is the key, you know, because I mean we know the strategies of Deadpool, and you know the strategies of Rush and Star Trek and games like that. But your ability to adjust to how each individual game is set up, the steepness of the game, the rubbers that are on the flippers. The tilt sensitivity, not that these were overly tight, but I mean you have to adjust to things like that, and that's what really elevates your game from a really good player to being at that elite level like these guys are here.
And then and then extracting out the maximum points. We saw it last night on Cheetah, where there was one shot that was found. I mean, it wasn't great for watching. In fact, it was terrible for watching. Let's be honest about it.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
In this sort of situation, if you're it is about the maximum points. So if you find an exploit like that, then you kind of murder it. And actually, that's one of the other great things about INDISC is when when Jim and the guys discover this stuff, they try to bend it a little bit to make it a little bit harder so that it keeps the play exciting. And you saw that in Stars last night. If you watched the finals, just a phenomenal game that was really great all the way to the end. So we're back.
Oh, here we go. And Neil was just alluding to this, games that you don't see very often.
Yeah.
This is Twister for those of you who don't see this game much.
I love this game.
Yeah.
I have to say I like this game.
Yeah.
I do too. I like the call-outs.
It's not, you don't see it at many tournaments. It's just one of those. This is one of those Carl games that he just kind of threw in. Fun game.
Yeah, it looks like he might be doing that. I forget what it's called, the orbit multi-ball strategy.
It's with the cows. It's with the cows. So he's shooting the left and right orbits, get the cows, gets up there in the pop bumpers as well. Gets you pretty good points, pretty good action on the pop bumpers.
Yeah, so this is a B division group. We're going to go back to Jason Zoller's group after this.
Okay.
And yeah, I mean, Twister here, a game that you very rarely play, and this is great because everyone's kind of racking their brains from 20 years ago when this game came out. Okay, what's the strategy for this? What do we do? I mean, I go for the simple lock shot, which is straight in front of you.
Right up the middle on the left.
Yeah,
and it's that gets you into multi-ball, and then you can start to stack things from there.
Yeah.
The spinner, I love the way that it sets the multi-ball up. We'll hopefully see that later on, but actually quite a forgiving game, and it's all about just not making a mistake. Yeah, boom.
Yep. You can also short plunge it and then shoot the little disc magnet.
Yeah, that's why I did that, and,
yep.
and it's safe to do that actually.
Yeah. I mean, if he knows where the plunge is, that's nice. And then there's a multi-ball from that ramp as well, right?
Yep.
Oh, that feed.
Is it 6
that feed is
multi-ball?
tough.
6 ramps, I think.
Yeah, that feed is tough. It comes off that rail.
Yep.
If you're not ready for it, I messed that up on high speed also.
Yeah, those coming off those rails with no nice soft landing is pretty gruesome.
You try to like live catch it or just shoot it on the fly? Or?
I was shooting it on the fly
Yep.
because the rubbers on this were so bouncy. A catch was not trivial.
And I hate on these Segas how the ball save is there's no grace period, you know.
We got Giant Jones, top 500 player, just outside the 500, which lets him be in the B final, which is great to see.
This is Jack. He's from Northern California. He won Golden State Pinball Festival. He's got a good score going here.
So he's trying to transfer over so he can shoot the right orbit.
Now it's switched over.
Yep.
Nice.
He knew he was in trouble when when it gets into the slings, right? Oh, 50 for the ramp.
Yep, he did
Nice.
the same thing.
Yeah.
Just deal with it on the fly.
Nice.
Oops.
Woo.
Nice. Oh, he started it. This one's pretty lucrative, isn't it?
Yeah, he's got a solid score to go into with 1.8 right now.
You're just shooting the orbits for jackpots, right?
Yeah. 43 for that one.
Nice
Separated.
play,
Nice.
very nice.
Very nice. 3 points right there. 51.
This is a big score.
Rinse and repeat.
Oh.
All right. Separate one.
In this game, you can't stack any multi-balls, right?
I'm not sure. I generally don't play long enough to to get to that point. Yeah.
I think you're right, though. I don't think you can. I think if you hit the drop target, it'll just kick the ball out.
Ooh, got a little help from the disc. Uh-oh.
I have to say I hate discs like that.
Yeah.
Oh, last second. No grace period.
No grace period. Try to get one for the road. Tried to get one for the road, but it just didn't work out for him.
That's Sega.
Pump-uppers are very active in this game.
He's going to go back to that or try to advance the next, a different multi-ball. Looks like he's trying to get that.
Yeah. I guess it's really what you feel comfortable with. I mean, if you feel comfortable with that ramp shot, and clearly he does.
Nice.
Oh, wow.
Nice.
Very nice. Yep.
That was fantastic.
5 more ramps.
Nice.
And it looks like he got 1 point on the first game, so he is definitely so far liking this result. Oh, that was beautiful.
Very good recovery. Very
Nice
good.
timing, just the right amount of nudge to get it out of there. Hard game to pass on.
Uh-oh.
Good recovery again.
Nice.
A message in chat. He's had his Guinness this morning. That's why he's playing so well. It's a great breakfast.
Nice.
Lovely.
Dead on in that shot,
3
too.
more. Oh.
3 more of those ramps.
Oh. Oh.
A little bit early.
Still a
That's phenomenal ball.
very nice job by Jack. I mean, as far as skill, making the shots, flipper skills, it's not just the nudging, too. It's the anticipation of what was coming and timing that just right. It was pretty impressive.
The
Nice job.
yeah, recoveries were awesome.
Nice job by Jack.
Zach's one of the locals in San Francisco. I play with him all the time.
There you go. There's that lock that Neil was referring to earlier.
And
This one looks like the right ramp is the jackpot.
yeah, and that right ramp needs precision to get right up it to get that jackpot. You can't just kind of hoof
Yeah,
it.
it's not gonna come by accident.
You got to nail it.
Yeah.
That's it.
There
Boom,
it
like
is.
that. There you go. And you saw one reject.
Double jack that.
Very
Big
nice.
value.
Very nice.
Big value.
That was huge.
A triple. So you just keep hitting it up. It's on a timer. Yeah, it is on
Up
a
and
timer.
over.
Oh.
Oh. Shoot it. There you
That's
go.
it.
No, he
Oh.
got cheated because it's Sega.
Didn't quite
No
get
grace
it.
period.
None at all.
Yeah, that was-
Not a modern. Oh,
takes a danger.
Still worth it for the
yeah.
save.
He got.
Sure.
He's in second now.
Temporarily moved himself to second place. So he appears to be a multi-ball guy, so he's going to try to backhand that lock shot. There you go.
That's a lot of shots. Isn't it? You
Yeah.
gotta lock all 5 or something.
Still had 10 million points, too, so nothing wrong with that.
Ball saves on. Nice. Yeah, the backhand seems pretty safe on that one.
Shoot it while you got the ball safe. There you go.
Yeah.
I don't know that I noticed that when I was playing. It still had the ball
Yeah,
save. Yeah.
I know. I noticed that too.
Yeah.
That makes this strategy more viable.
Oh, nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, there is a tiny bit of ball save.
Yeah.
It's not long, but it is there.
Yeah,
It's nice to get one at all.
go ahead and swing at it, right?
Uh-oh.
Could have let that bounce over. Yeah. Sometimes it's hard to think of that, right? All the skills that you have to employ when you're playing, and I know for me personally, I have to tell myself to slow down and let it bounce and get control of the ball, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to
Was-
use. If you kind of just use your initial reaction, you fail quickly. You got to train yourself not to flip.
Resist that urge.
Yeah,
Yep.
or, you know, we were talking about yesterday with the post. Train yourself not to let it bounce off the post if you think it's gonna give you a good return.
That's the thing with some of these young players that probably learned to play pinball by dead bouncing right off. You know, like I think a lot of us had to learn to do that.
Yeah.
Versus like natively initially just deciding to not flip.
Yeah, that's a very good point, Gene.
And,
Got just enough of that to get the Cal multi-ball started.
nice long ball save. Seems like.
Trying to line up the finish shot
There
here.
we go. Gotta get rid.
All right. Now he's going to figure out what he's going to do. He's going to do an up and over on the right.
Which side does he like? Guess he's going that side.
Yeah. Ooh. Nice job.
Nice when you got 3 on 1.
Oh, very nice skill there. Good job.
Do it again. Little flick on the end.
There we go. He was struggling to find it, but he got there. So that should probably, at least for right now, put him in second.
Yep.
Kind of an odd setup there. There we go.
There it is. Nice little drop.
Nice drop.
This will put him into the lead overall if he goes on to the second.
Oh no!
Oh yeah. That's my skill shot. I've mastered that to where I hold it like that and I'm able to flip it just right so I can make it go to the out lane. That's how I separate.
Yeah. Probably shouldn't have gone for that. I think he went for that last minute jackpot, especially on these Segas where there's no grace period and then put him in danger. And I mean, I would have done that, but.
So Kyle's actually not in a bad spot right here. If he gets a multi-ball going with his 4 points that he has, and if he can pull a second place at least out of this, which is certainly achievable in the position he's in.
Yeah, that'll be really good for him.
Then he'll be at 6 points.
Yep, and then Jack would be at 5. And
yep.
then Jaron would be at 3, and then Jack would be at 0. So yeah.
Yep, so he'd be in a much better spot.
He's deciding what he wants to go for.
He's going to time it out.
Oh, this mode.
Yeah, he doesn't want to play this mode.
That's what's yeah, it's very boring to watch people time out modes, but
yeah,
it's the smart thing to do.
It's the very smart strategy to do, right? In some games, you do that on, and it'll let you do it. In some games, especially the more modern ones, will stop the timer, and you have to score, and then you have to restart the timer.
Yeah, I do like when they do that, just so it kind of forces people.
Yep.
You have to do something.
Yep.
Whether it's just a safe shot, you still got to do something. He still got his ball save even.
Yeah.
I like that he can time out of mode and keep his ball safe. 3 more.
That's his goal right now, is 3 more of those shots to get the cow. Uh-oh. Very nice.
Oh, no. Nice throw. Did take a danger there, but that's fine. Yeah, he needs,
he needs about another 150 to at least get 3rd.
Yep.
That'd be a crucial point, though.
Yeah. So now, you know, he's also recognizing his situation of currently he's in last on this game, right? He can be a little bit more aggressive with the shakes, right? There gets to be a point.
Doesn't matter, yeah.
Right. There gets to be a point where your bonus is going to carry you over one of your opponents, and you have to recognize that game awareness to where it's like, okay, don't tilt right now. I can get at least 3rd, or I can get at least 2nd, right?
Yeah. So I don't think he has that here yet.
And he's not there yet. Yeah. So right now he can be more aggressive if he needs to be. That was a chance for him to bounce off there, yeah. So that did not work out the way he wanted it to. So Kyle's going to be at 4, and then Jack
is at 5.
5. And then Jaron at
4.
At 4. Oh man, this is a very tight group.
Zach in 1, yeah.
Yep.
All right.
And welcome here to Riverside, California, the Open World Championships. We're in round 1, and we're going to do some interviews shortly. As we wait for some games to become available. I'm Neil McRae.
I'm Bill Mason.
I'm Gene X. Wong.
And we've seen some great play so far. It's still round 1. We've got another 8 hours of this, which sounds staggering when you think about it. But you'll see some of these players that we've seen earlier on play for 8 hours and just shoot as good as they did at the start, at the end. That's another thing that people
the stamina
often don't realize with pinball. This isn't just walk up and shoot. We're going to jump to these interviews now.
One of the greatest thrills of winning an event here at INDISC is getting your name on a banner, and this guy did it. Robert Byers was the Classics 1 winner last year. It had to be nice to walk in and see your name there on the rafters.
Yeah, the first thing I did is Belsita was over there, so I said, let's take a picture, Jim. I got to get picture me and you in the banner, so that was awesome. Yep.
It's such an amazing tournament. I know you look forward to this, and I remember the excitement last year when you won this. There might have been a chop, but you've won some big things before, Texas Pinball Festival, but this one goes right up there.
Oh, for sure. I mean, Texas Pinball Festival is one thing, but this is, 300 people, best of the best, classics. I don't think I can top this. Hopefully I can match it, though.
We'll have to find out. Robert Byers here at INDISC.
Woo!
Yeah, and Robert won that. I watched that and I think commentated for part of the finals last year. He won it with style, actually. Some great games, and available on IE Pinball's YouTube channel. If you want to relive that moment, head over to YouTube, search for IE Pinball.
Yep. So as Neil mentioned, it's going to be all-day pinball into the late hours of the night here on the West Coast, beautiful Riverside, California, here at the Convention Center. So make sure you get yourself some food and sit down and watch our stream all day. We won't be in here all day, but you guys are certainly encouraged to watch all day from home.
Yeah, we're gonna see some epic matches today. I'm super excited about it. You know, people talk about pinball moments. For me, pinball moments are in the matches where people are playing each other and you see some great saves or some amazing strategies. Those are the kind of pinball moments that I love to talk about. And you want to go home. Remember that match where so and so? You know, it's just this is a whole day of this, and it's super exciting.
Oh, here we go. Twister again.
That's the thing. This tournament always has some new games that get popular after the stream. You know, last year it was Mystery Castle.
Mystery Castle.
This year I don't know what it'll be. Maybe it'll be Twister.
Actually,
maybe
last year
Surf and Safari.
Last year was also Diamond Lady. I went out and bought one. After it. It's a bizarre game, but I loved it. Right, here we go.
Magic by Stern was in a high stakes last year. Yep. So back to the A division group here with Jason sitting at 6 points and Brian in second place at 4, and then both Nick and Carlos at 2 points. Going to Twister for the third game. We talked about this earlier about trying to short plunge and getting control of it and shooting the disc for the skill shot.
Looks like he might be going straight for Cal. The other thing is the top seeded player gets to pick machines to play on, or they can defer, but they can only pick a game once in the entire playoffs, right? Yeah. So sometimes maybe Jason feels this might not be his best game, but he wants to get it out of the way.
Important, Gene.
You know, that the strategy of game picking is also a whole thing.
Yeah, very important. I mean,
and we saw that last night. Keith Elwin picking Pool Sharks, knowing that was a big game for Daniele, and that. You know, we don't know if that was Keith's strategy, but it effectively kicked Eric Stone out.
Yeah.
Because Keith knew Daniele was very strong on that game.
So if you do all the math and the strategy that Gene was talking about, I mean, Jason is not locked to move on.
No.
The only way he could be locked is as long as he doesn't get last place.
Yeah.
So
he makes guaranteed a playoff.
Yeah, he's guaranteed at least a playoff, assuming he gets last and other things work against him. So, you know, he's going to pick a game that maybe is not, you know, if he had to play for the World Championship would not be his first choice. But, you know,
but also he feels confident enough he can not get last.
Yeah, and clearly, I mean, at this level, all the players at that level know all the games. It's a comfort factor that you have, right?
Yep.
You know, you choose a game, and it's not like you're trying to pick a game that maybe Carlos doesn't know or maybe Brian doesn't know, because, you know, like I said, they all know how to play it. It's just based on your comfort level.
Yeah, and that's what sometimes people try to pick. Maybe they overthink it and thinking about their opponents versus what they're good at, and you know, you got to win, you got to advance. So, you know, maybe if you have to burn some of the ones you really like, just to get through. If you're not through, it doesn't matter. You know.
Yeah. So. I'm a big proponent of picking what you feel comfortable with.
Yeah, 100%.
I mean, you can win or lose in any game. You might as well pick something you feel comfortable with, and hopefully you come through on that.
Yeah, you don't want to lose off a bad pick. If only I picked the game I.
Yeah. Save your best game, and then you're not in it, right?
Absolutely.
So, yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you can't get cocky like that, especially at this level.
So post pass to the right orbit here. I don't know if, for those of you watching at home, I want you to notice how sensitive the slings are, not only on Twister, but all the games that we have here. Deadpool, that was just brutal. I mean, if it even looked at the sling, it just bounced off.
Yeah, so the slings are the two things just above the flippers, where you get a huge amount of side-to-side action, and then usually
That's one of the best ways to
especially-
make a game tougher.
Yeah.
Just make the swing more sensitive.
Side to side, gets it going to the out lanes. And that's definitely a bad thing, right?
The post.
Yeah, and the
Does the post have a rubber on it?
It does not, I believe.
Okay.
No.
And that post is just, you're just going to train your brain that that post isn't there.
Yeah.
Yeah. When they don't have, when they're bare metal, you can't. This is going back to Cal.
Yep, so
Yep.
he's gonna,
Nice.
look
was
at that
nice.
anticipation.
Yeah.
So back to wood chopping here. He's got, what, 7 more to do on Cal? Yeah.
That's a lot.
Yeah. But, I mean, he's got the rest of this ball and the next ball, of course.
Yeah.
Next 2 balls.
Well, if you look at his score compared to that last group, he's already, on ball 1, I think would have been like in second.
Almost 600, yeah.
That was B division, this is A.
Yeah. That kind of stuff happens when you're number 3, possibly moving into number 2, depending on how this weekend pans out.
That's true.
Yeah, so
That's true. Oh yeah, especially this year with the new rules with the points.
right.
This is going to be hugely valuable. Oh, that's a nice little tip over.
So I'm not sure the difference between him and Ray Davidson as far as IFPA points, but I think it was pretty close. And then, like I said, depending on Jason's success this weekend, he may end up moving up to second.
He's already had a good run, so he's
Yeah, I
still
don't
in
think
it.
there's any doubt actually with him winning the Classic.
Yeah, I would think so. Again, I don't know what the margin was.
Yeah.
Nice.
Very nice job between him and Ray going into this weekend.
Yeah, those anticipatory nudges
Yep.
are what really separates these top level folks.
Mhm.
Because sometimes people watch these things and they're like, oh, they're just getting lucky, but
Yeah.
they're doing all these nudges
Yep.
up early, like even up here where you're trying to make sure like
People
that,
see the
yeah.
nudges and they think, oh, it's just nudging. It's not the nudging, it's the anticipation.
Like, yeah, see, he knew that was going out, but
There's some subtleties to the game which are just so fascinating to watch. I was watching Keith Elwin in the Classics finals yesterday while we got a break in between balls here, and playing Arena, and the way he was timing the shots so that they weren't all together, and they all, if you shoot them and make them, it all feeds back to the right flipper, and he staggered them such that he could just continuously keep
Yeah,
shooting.
it was
the
amazing.
subtlety like that. It's not just shooting the shot. It's the timing that he intentionally chose.
And he was, I think, from memory, 13 million ahead
Yeah.
of his
Yep.
on Arena.
competitors on
Yeah.
Arena. It was
Yeah.
staggering to watch. That was a great pick from Keith.
So Nick does these rolling tap passes a lot of times, so I don't think that's why he's kind of checking out the
Testing
flippers
it
on
out.
this. Yeah, he'll do that on a
Short plunge, didn't quite get over enough for him to get the disc. He would have preferred that. But he still got, woo,
that was a quick one.
wow. He still got a cow, so not altogether too bad.
Let's see if he's gonna steal post pass. I guess.
Just
Oh,
post pass is so difficult in this game. I struggled with it as well.
uh-oh.
There you go, he's safe. Right orbit, yeah. A little bit earlier than you think it would be, and that gets back to what we were talking about. See how sensitive the sling
nice.
is.
That
That
was
was
really
awesome.
nice.
See how sensitive that sling was? It's
Yeah.
just, yeah. But this is what Neil was talking about earlier, is your adjustments to the games.
Yeah.
That's going to decide, yeah.
It's so critical.
Yeah.
Oh, lucky there.
Sitting there, man, somebody get control. That's what he's thinking. There you go.
That was so nice bounce pass.
Jeez.
So Nick is ranked 216th. Yeah, very nice. Right orbit again, very nice shot. On the fly there.
Nice.
Kind of rolling post pass, or just catching it. Either way,
Yep.
post catch.
Oh,
Oh,
the metal
Neil.
That was
post.
amazing.
The
He
metal
made a liar
post.
out of you, Neil. He used the metal.
Oh
I
man.
tell you, that is. I don't know if I'm sure that wasn't deliberate. At
Yeah,
least
I was
hope
gonna
it wasn't.
Yeah, I was gonna say he
got-
was being brave, but it's not necessarily being brave. It was more out of necessity, right?
He's like, yeah,
If
if
he
it's
was
going
if-
perfectly down the middle,
If
it's
he
just
was
like,
a cat, he just used a life. Let's
Yeah.
put it that way.
Yeah, sure. Oh,
Holy
that was
moly.
awesome.
yeah, that was pretty impressive.
Some might say that was crazy, but I don't think that was deliberate. I know that post will kill you because it killed me when I was playing this game.
Any comments from the chat on that?
Oh yeah, they're loving it. Great trust in the Kirk post. The Kirk,
Yeah.
named after Steve Kirk, who was kind of the first person to really put a post like this in and make it work on a couple of games. One of them, Meteor, another one, 9-ball. Games that were made for tournament pinball.
Yeah, in stars, you can just let it roll off the flipper. It'll bounce off the post. If there's a rubber on it, go to the other flipper.
Yeah,
Yeah.
If you have it held to begin with, yeah.
Yeah, check out.
Oh,
Yeah, that was
Check out-
trouble.
Yeah. Some great videos on that from the guys at Papa. We had Kevin here on commentating with
The
us.
bonus
2
is
days
decent
ago.
on this, it looks
Yeah,
like.
263 start and some progress on his cow.
Yep.
Brian's going to step up and
I
Logging
think he's
into
logging into
Scorbit.
Scorbit, probably, yeah.
Yeah.
Since he's one of the partners there.
that's right.
You can actually see the real-time scores
Yep.
happening.
So Brian's sitting at 4 points, at least right now in a better position than Nick and Carlos. Of course, pending the outcome of this game. There's that side to side with the slings. It's like, wow, stop doing that. Stop doing that.
Yeah.
So he's going to go to the right orbit and, try the cow
See the
strategy.
You can actually see the Scorbit on the screen. It said his name, I think, which is kind of like the Insider Connected, where you can see your name on it. It's kind of, I saw it scroll along the bottom. I don't know when it shows up, but
Yeah, when you log in, it just marks your player number. Great little feature that they've added to the platform in the last
there it
year.
goes.
Nice job.
Oh, oh,
Nice
that's
save.
nice. Yeah.
No danger either that I saw.
I didn't see it either.
No.
Yeah. That,
One more for Cal.
wow. How did it go so fast? I thought you needed like 8 of those shots.
There you go. That was a very nice shot. Oh, he wanted that one. Man, I can't believe that one snuck through all those balls. Good job, Brian.
Probably start to get control.
So he's playing chaos right now, basically, right? While
Now
he's got
he's-
the ball
now he's-
safe.
yeah,
now
now
he's going to
he's
say, all right,
in
there's a
control.
point where I got to hold this, right?
That's
Yeah.
perfect.
Yep.
Very
So
nice.
he's just going to go ahead and play the right side. There you go. Hoping to ideally catch it on the left and just rinse and repeat.
Yeah. Oh, nice.
Oh,
There it is.
very
Very
nice.
nice.
Just sat there and
Oh.
watched it, right? We talk about the anticipation
Patience,
of what's
yeah.
happening, but you also have to have the anticipation that you don't need to do anything, right?
Gotta
That
be-
was an easier read than some, but still, having that
Yeah.
anticipation and knowing when to move and when not to is pretty important. Nice catch.
I think the patience that Brian's got
Ooh.
is insane.
Yeah, he's been. He used to live in San Francisco, so I played with him a lot, and he's definitely one of the more calm players. He has always getting control.
And if
Doesn't
you want
flail around.
any advice on beer, Brian is the guy to go
Oh
to.
yeah, that's true.
He's the expert.
He is a beer genius.
Oh,
Oh,
no!
Double drain.
Ouch.
Everyone
Don't
out of the
swim.
pool.
Yep. It's all right. Still an okay start for Brian. I mean, he was that 800.
800 something.
Yeah. So Carlos is stepping up. I mean, obviously his goal is to get first place here,
Yeah, he
right?
needs to win.
Yep. If he gets first place, then he's got at least a tiebreaker, right? Assuming Brian finishes second.
Yeah, then there'd be a three-way.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it depends. If that's only if they got last.
Yeah.
Sorry.
A little late on that one, so we'll see how he adjusts. Trademark Carlos flapping. There's those slings again, side to side.
Too fast. Yep.
Get out of there. There you go.
Nice.
Look at that
Oh,
sling.
the sensitivity there is
It's crazy.
insane.
Nice.
That's classic Carl setup there.
Yeah.
There it goes.
There you go. Good control. Still a little bit late.
That's what you're talking about, Bill. With
Making the
where,
adjustment, yep.
yeah, making those adjustments.
Yep.
So you have to see where you shot it, deal with it, try to get it under control. Remember that he was late, and
Yeah.
And adjust. And it's difficult. It looks
is.
easy. It's
But that's the
brutally
good
difficult.
players adjust quicker.
Yep.
The better the more skilled ones. I can miss a shot like 4 or 5 times. These guys probably only
That's
once or twice.
That's definitely one of the things I'm working on is my adjustment to the game. In game. Nice catch. So he's sitting there thinking, oh, he's thinking, why didn't I get credit for the disc? That's what he's thinking. Skill shot missed. What?
One more.
One more for his cow.
It's close.
And he already did one cow, didn't he?
Yeah.
If I remember right.
Now just going to the orbits there on the side. He's going for control straight away. He's got everything there.
And that's not a bad strategy.
Yeah, especially because there's so many balls on a 3 ball.
Up and over.
Yep.
There you go.
Oh, nice little.
That was lovely.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Yes.
A little mishandled.
Yeah. Here we go.
Yeah, I don't know that he planned that, but that's fine.
He'll take it.
Yeah, right.
There we go. Oh, now he's
now all 4. Wearing that left.
Head.
Oh, all 5.
This is an interesting one. I feel like you're gonna lose. Yep.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Not bad for a jailbreak. I mean,
especially with that
only
many
2,
on
right?
I know 2 is not bad, and he's still got control.
Up and over.
Boom.
Oh, look at that.
Jeez. All right.
I'm going to ask Jason for his lottery numbers.
Yeah.
That is skill, though.
That one might be a little bit more skilled than the first time that happened. But yeah.
Well, he knew it could be done.
Oh, he was trying to get it to bounce off of there.
And with 4, you don't really care too much. You're like, don't take it in. Oops.
Right.
Now you care.
Yeah.
You don't want to get down to 2 if you don't have to.
But great recognition that the ball will stay there as opposed to rolling off the end of the flipper.
Yeah. That's still fine.
So he's pretty comfortable with that left orbit. So that's the one he's going to shoot and hold the left flipper up.
Nice little tap just to try and take it off the sling. Didn't quite get it, but
there we go.
Sling helping with the separation.
Yeah.
It's got to be. Oh, nice.
Nice pass before it got trapped over there. He post passed before he let the ball came down.
Yeah, that was smart and let it dead bounce.
Very quick, quick reflexes there. Nice catch.
Lovely.
Now he's going to go back to the left.
Yeah, does he like that left one better?
Yeah, he likes that one better.
He's having a good cow. Is there a super? Or is this, wow, I guess the jackpot just keeps going up.
Just keeps going up,
million, so that's nice value.
Jason's just trying to put us out of reach for anyone else and guarantee his next round.
That's exactly what he's doing.
Yeah, I mean, 100. See why people go for cow.
Yeah.
Jackpot.
Jason holding a clinic on ball control as well. Getting a little bit fortunate with the slings there.
Yeah, he is. I mean,
you keep going that well enough, the slings are going to make you pay, but it's working out for him now.
You going to do that?
Trying to get the last one in.
Get one for the road. Nope. Nope. A billion on. And wow.
And that's why people are going the cow path.
That's why that strategy is so huge.
Yeah. He's got to take advantage of those 100 million jackpots. Now he's going back.
Right? I mean, this is not the time to relax, right? I mean, he's in first, and he's got 6 points, but I mean, and with these skill level players that he's against, they could all do the same thing, and you have to remember that when you're playing. It's like, this is not out of reach.
Nope.
Just because, I mean, you did it. I mean, certainly they can do it as well. Nice job.
Looks like he's going for that ramp one, though. Chase.
Yeah.
That's 50 million, too. Is that for something? Or is that just the normal value of it?
I am not sure about that. Maybe he's to the point where he just figures the cows is just too much.
Yeah, probably.
It's just so much wood chop and just get to another multi-ball.
She's in now.
There you go. He went with the risk-reward payout, right? There wasn't much work to get to that multi-ball relative to getting the cows.
Yeah.
He's just getting control.
Quite a big ball saver on this as well, actually.
Yeah.
Okay, so switches, advance.
that exit.
Oh, look at that, hanging on to the right flipper. Oh, and it's stacking up sweet for him. Just one ball come off. That's nice.
Just go into the pops and through the orbit. Yeah. Chase jackpot. Shoot ramp. Okay. I guess you got enough switch hits to light it. Boom.
Right, no need to panic. Let it go. You still have 3 balls.
Oops. There we go. Nice.
Charging that jackpot up huge.
Yeah, it's 100 now. 111, yeah, there it is.
Gets it.
So I got to deal with that. Oh, it's Add-a-Ball.
112. Very nice.
Wow.
74 more switch hits for the.
Oh. Woo. Look at those flipper skills. All right. So now he's like, okay, I got to go back to the cows.
Yeah. 3 bill.
Sitting at 3. What was the best qualifying? 4 point something? So Jason just with a clinic in shot making, flipper skills, right? Anticipation.
Let's see how many more for Cal. 8.
8 more.
Oh.
Yeah, the best score was 4.8 billion from Colin
Really?
Urban.
4.8 over the course of 3 days of qualifying.
Hundreds of tickets.
Yeah, right.
Jason's own best score was 2.5, so he's already beat that.
Yeah, on ball 2.
Yeah, and that put him in the 10th qualifying position.
This is current score? Oh, the 2.5.
Yeah.
2.5 was his qualifying
For
score.
qualifying,
10.
yeah.
Okay.
This is what I love about finals. Players push themselves to beat the qualifying scores.
Oh,
Staggering when
nice
you see
ball.
that.
Yeah, he's not mad about that. I can
No.
tell you that.
See what that bonus is. 282.
282. I might as well throw that on there, make it almost 3.5.
So Nick and Carlos aren't liking that Jason's putting up these
Yeah.
scores because they need to win to have a chance.
Yeah, so Brian's sitting back smiling that Jason's doing so good, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
As long as Jason wins, then Brian
That helps.
Brian's through.
No,
Well, it could be a
it
tiebreaker, I
could
guess.
be. Yeah, it could be.
Yep.
But still a lot of pinball to play on this one.
Yeah, I mean, Nick's best score on this was 400 million in qualifying. So I think he played this game a great deal.
Oh,
Whoa.
that negative ball save there.
Yeah, that's what the little smirk was. It's like, really?
Yeah.
He's-
Yeah.
Even,
That
even
sucks.
Brian shaking
Oh.
his head.
Yeah, that's brutal.
Yep.
Yeah, I hate that sometimes when it drains and it doesn't drain fast, you know, and
Yep.
and the ball save's going and it kind of rolls up the side, and you're like, just
Yep.
drain
Hurry up, hurry up.
immediately.
Lord Bowen once told me, never trust a ball save.
Oh yeah. Well, especially these Segas. The Segas, you know, with all the other manufacturers, there's a little more grace period.
Ooh, baby.
So Brian's best score on this in qualifying was 1.6 billion, so he's got some way to go.
Yeah, he's halfway there. Oh. That was a nice one. Everybody else seemed to have a
First
lot of
try,
trouble.
yeah. Kind of
5
deadly
hits.
when you when it's coming from that right orbit. It just seems to find that sling.
Yep. 7
7 more.
I feel like it says 7, and then you hit another. Like it doesn't seem like the other guys were
Watch the
hitting it that
sling.
many times.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with hitting the top.
He's getting some nice smooth ones. Yeah.
A little early.
See if he adjusts. Yep. Oh.
He's definitely adjusted to the timing of the post pass,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
As far as when to do the second flip.
There we go.
Nice.
It was
on
7,
the,
right? Now it's
On the shot,
see if it says.
on the fly shot there.
It doesn't say, but it did say 7 before that one, so it should be on
You got credit for
6,
that.
5.
that
It
was
should be at
okay.
5. Okay, it is 5.
Yeah.
Okay. Ooh,
Adjusted so that he can shoot the left side now.
nice. 4. Okay, it's kind of right. It felt like.
Oh,
Nice. That's on this side. This side's not as good.
Puts him over $1 billion.
Three more. Uh-oh. Nice.
nice.
Uh-oh. There we go.
Again, great anticipation for Brian.
Oh, nice.
Playing a little volleyball
Nice.
there. Very
Beautiful,
nice.
I thought that was metal rails.
And then shot making, look at that.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
pretty consistent on the fly, hitting either orbit to get credit for the cow, obviously. Ooh, nice little in lane. What's wrong with that? It was eyeballing the lock shot
Is
there.
it open right now? Oh.
Yeah, it is.
It doesn't hurt to
Flashing
take
yellow
it
light
if you
there.
have it.
Yeah,
Oh,
he's still going to shoot the orbit here.
Yeah. There's only 2 away, I think.
Yeah. And then, like you
Got
mentioned,
one more,
Gene,
yeah.
it's just too many points
Yeah.
once you get further into it.
Oh, there we go.
On the fly.
Yep,
Look at that.
boom.
here we go.
He's got that dialed in.
Beautiful. On both sides, dialed in.
Yeah.
So
So Brian employs the general strategy I do with this. Just do the chaos, right? And then at some point you have to trap up, right?
Yep.
When you get close to
Yeah.
the ball safe. Jason chose to trap up earlier, which
Immediately, yep.
works for him.
I mean, sometimes it is hard to hit shots because of the chaos,
Sure.
you know, to
Sure.
get through the other balls.
Yeah.
But you also have the ball save, so.
Oh,
And on these things where the value
That was-
escalates, it can be nice.
very unfortunate return there for Brian.
And another strategy to employ is just to skillfully drain some balls so that you can make a shot so they're
Yeah.
not in the way while you
That's
still
a-
have that ball save.
I remember when I first learned that for, the beginning of multi-ball, to do that.
Brian,
That
not
was
as,
rough. That was
not as
rough.
successful. He's trying to get control back. He's like, stop doing that. There we go. He remembered he had his lock lit. Tried to hit it on the fly.
Nice.
Still wanting control.
Give it a dead bounce.
There we go. He's going
Take
to
a
time
breath.
this. He's going to time this out.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to. So we got 30 seconds of time to fill while Brian sits there and looks at the screen and ponders his life decisions while he's sitting there playing Twister.
He is repping a local location in San Francisco. That Outer Orbit shirt he's got is for, we have a team pinball league. He used to be on the Outer Orbit Otters. It's a Hawaiian restaurant with pinball that some local folks in the community opened up right before the pandemic, and they still are a fun spot to play in San Francisco. if
San
people ever
Fran,
get
huh?
there. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Check it out if you're in the San Fran area, Outer Orbit. And while we're promoting local bars, Super Abari in Charlotte, North Carolina, check that place out if you're in that area. Very nice setup that he's got there. Oh, so we waited that whole 30 seconds, and then Brian gets a couple shots, and then loses the ball.
Yep.
But still, 1.78.
Oh yeah, you should be happy with that.
So Carlos, from a mental standpoint, it's like, all right, let's get a multi-ball going, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
Let's lay some foundation here. Let's get a multi-ball going. A little shots just showing off there. Does he count the ball save?
No.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't get triggered
Yep.
by the switch.
Right.
It has to hit the trop for these
Right.
Segas.
Yeah, he's
Oh,
like,
that's rough.
yeah. Trying to get some consolation from Adam, but yeah.
You only need one ball.
He was kind of in trouble when he started shatzing.
Yeah.
I mean, not that that was intentional, obviously.
I don't think it
but,
was.
you
Yeah,
know, it
yeah,
wasn't.
He was just trying to get
Right.
control. But that
Right.
shows you just gaining control on these games because they're so dangerous whenever you mess up, it's just instantly in danger.
Yep.
And the high-level players just do it less.
So Jason, when he steps up right here, the very first thing he's thinking about is, all right, I am player 1, right? And the key to that is if you plunge out of turn, you get a 0 for that round, right? And that's really the only thing that can hurt him right now is a 0.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
So,
it happens. It happens.
Yeah, it does happen.
I think many of us might have done it at some point at some smaller tourney, hopefully.
Yep.
Yeah, you always do it once, and then you remember
Yep.
forever.
Yeah. Yep. You
I always
do.
check.
I tell you what, as a TD though, when someone does it, it's the worst. Really.
Yep.
Yeah, but I always enforce it no matter what, even with new people, because I feel like, you can't have exceptions. You gotta
do
follow
it.
the
Sure.
rules.
You
Makes
gotta
it easier if
absolutely.
you always, even if it's a new player. I always feel bad the most when it's a new player, because
Well, they learn
it's
quickly.
yeah.
That's my
Yep.
take. It's tough love, as they say.
Yep. So you learn and you adjust from there. Me personally, when I step up to a machine, I have what I call the 3 Ps. Does it have a post? Right? This one does, right? Position. Am I player 1, 2, 3, 4? And then the plunge. How much do I want to plunge? Is there a skill shot? That's my
Right.
3 Ps. Post, position, and then plunge.
And that's the thing here. Everybody's been playing these games a while, so they've learned where their skill shots are.
Yep.
And like you said, some games it doesn't really matter as much as other
Right.
games. So on the games it does matter, especially some of the older games, the plunge could be huge. Like
Yes.
an arena, you can get $1 million on the plunge.
Yep.
So learning that and learning from it, like you said, like if you miss it, how did you miss it? So next time you come up, you got to remember where it was. Or
Yep.
if you nail it, you're like, what did I do?
And like you're referencing there, Gene, on the older games, a lot of times the plunge to the right top lane, to the proper top lane, will light your pop bumper for 100 or 1,000 points. And depending
lot
on
of those
depending on the
classics,
games,
yeah, that's the whole game.
that's a huge amount of points.
Yep.
Palooka comes to mind. If you can plunge that top lane up there, it's a huge part of the game.
God, Palooka. That's
I like how he switched
Yeah.
that ball.
back.
Yep.
You're
Sees
bringing
it
back
come.
my trauma of playing that game.
I know.
I mean, this is an impressive display from Jason here.
Yeah.
Beating the top scorer qualifier.
Yeah,
I like the replay.
Got the replay going.
I kind of feel like he's.
So he sees it coming. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
that was a nice separation
Yeah.
before the ball came in, even though it ended up. But yeah.
Ooh,
He's okay.
Oh,
Obligatory shake, but he's like,
Yeah.
okay, if it doesn't come out, that's okay.
4.2.
Give it a
I
shot,
think
yeah.
he's- I think
That's
he's
A little
safe.
round of applause to the people
Probably
watching
might even
back
get up,
here.
Get up some initials for that one. It's always fun to put up your initials on these games because you know if you got your initials up, you
They'll
did
be there
something
for a
pretty good.
while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I only
So-
did it once this weekend.
So now Nick's stepping up. He has to beat Brian to move on, to force the playoff or the
And
chance of a playoff.
right, and he'd need Carlos to help him. Too.
Right.
Yep.
So Brian is in a favorable position. Certainly not locked right now, but certainly in a
Oh.
favorable position.
Oh,
Yep.
That's that.
That's just a little smirk. It's like, okay, you didn't want me to play. That's cool.
Yep.
So
Yes.
Brian trying to build some margin against a potential comeback from Carlos.
I think Nick's out now, right? I mean, that's over for him.
Yeah, Nick is
Yeah,
out.
Nick is out
Yep.
now.
Only Carlos maybe can. It depends on what happens. I think.
Carlos has to beat Brian.
No, so Brian's in.
No, Brian's too.
Yeah,
You're
because
right.
Brian's
You're
got
right.
at least 1 point.
You're right.
Yep.
You're right.
But Carlos is still going up there for position, right? I mean,
Oh yeah, because Nickel has last, so,
Yep,
so everybody else
it's
gets a point,
IFPA
so,
points
yeah.
too,
Oh
right?
yeah,
Right.
and money.
and win money. I think it's
Nobody
grouped.
cares about the money, but
I-
yeah.
well, I
Oh,
think
yeah,
it's
that's true.
grouped,
If you
right.
get eliminated, everybody gets the same.
Yeah, it gets the same in the in the amount of, depending on the range that you're in for the groups.
Nice control from Brian.
A little off on that shot.
Yeah.
He'll hit it. Brian's. I see. I guess the next time through, the post doesn't stop it, so it goes all the way around. Boom.
Nice.
And we get some free jackpots here. I think he's going to start to control it soon.
Yep. There we go. As soon as the ball save turns
There we
off.
go. Yep.
Nice little separation.
Nice.
It was beautiful.
Little flick.
Tip it over.
Oh,
Ooh.
okay.
Unfortunate.
That's all right. Still got two. Oh.
Nice.
That was smart. Yep. You hit it harder.
You
it
can
won't hit
see
those
most of the
flames,
players
yeah.
are more, given the choice between the left or the right, They're certainly more comfortable with the left. It seems I was when I played it.
Oh,
now he's showing
that counts?
off.
Oh, was it?
That was
It did
insane.
count.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Oh,
nice.
lovely.
That's actually kind of a neat thing. It's like, nice. Ooh.
Oh.
Oh, that was nice.
2 more. So he made
Yeah,
pass
looks
over
like
and then
it.
start going for ramps. You know, return on investment. If I can make 2 shots and get to another multi-ball.
Yep.
I mean, again, not that Brian's playing for anything right now except for practice.
Last time it looked like he almost did like a little loop pass off that rail when he hits the. Well, this will start the multi-ball. So. Oop.
Yeah.
Oh,
He's okay with that.
Yeah, he's fine.
Yeah, he didn't fight it too hard, right?
Nope.
Yeah. It's pretty rough when 2.9 gets you second place, almost 2.9.
Yeah.
yeah. No.
That's insane.
So
Right.
we mentioned how Carlos is fighting for position, and it's not just position with Nick, but it's also the other groups that are going on, right? If he can get the
Right. Yep.
2 points, or, you know, ideally he'd like to win, right?
Oh, yeah.
Well, that would be an awful lot on this ball, but you know, his position not only in this group but also with everybody else is playing for the IFPA points.
Oh yeah.
And Carlos,
It's gonna be a lot of whoppers.
is he like 10th right now in the world?
Yeah, he's in the top 10.
9th is what it says.
Yeah.
Okay. Or that's his highest.
highest,
Yeah, I
yeah.
think he's currently 10th, somewhere around there. That's we were talking about earlier about how the high-level players share their knowledge, experience, and strategy on the game. Carlos is a wonderful resource.
Oh, 100%.
Whenever I've asked Carlos, you know, about certain games that I'm not familiar with, he's more than willing to give up what information he knows about it, which is really the right approach to have, right?
Yeah.
I mentioned Escher does the same thing, and
Yep.
and,
Yeah,
and,
there's-
and his dad.
There's one thing in no strategy, you've still got to execute on
Yep.
it.
Yeah.
And that's what it comes down to, right?
Absolutely.
Right.
Oh.
Oh.
Not happy.
Yep.
Oh, there's the initials.
Shimmied it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing. I think most of the players, the good players around here or everywhere, are really happy to share knowledge.
Sure.
Because ultimately, you know, can you do the same thing? You know, like some of this stuff looks easy when you watch a stream of this level, and then you try to do it yourself,
Yeah.
and it goes, you know, terribly wrong. You know, it's like watching those Bowen tutorials, like, oh, this game's easy.
Yeah,
Here you
just
go,
do
you
this,
know?
right?
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
like,
But you know, that's the thing though. If round 1, 4 great players, only 2 of them can go through. So you've got to take your chance and execute. I think Carlos, you know, a couple of balls just didn't go his way.
Yep.
Really frustrating for him.
yeah.
So we talked about the 3 days of qualifying. I want everybody to understand where we are right now. There's 40 positions for the playoffs. 1 through 4 got 2 buys early this morning, and then 5 through 16 get a bye. So now we have the 17 through 40 group playing right now.
Right.
And then that group will advance and play, add in the group from the 8 to 16, or 5 to 16. And then the last group with Escher, Z-Mac, Keith, and who was the 4th? Eric Stone?
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
they have 2 buys. So I don't even know if they're here right now. Probably
they,
sleeping
they
in.
They get a long lie in the
Yeah.
morning. They got to sleep in, and,
Yep.
and then it's and then the format for this is the top seed gets to pick the games.
Yep.
They get to pick 3 games, and it's what we call Papa scoring. The winner gets 4, second place gets 2, third place gets 1, and if you're last, you get 0, and that 0 is painful.
Yeah.
Very painful.
And that's why those buys are so valuable, because if you get 2 buys, you don't have to burn any, you know, like you were talking about. You need to advance, so you might pick the games you really
Yep.
know, and then you're suddenly playing games you don't like, you know,
Yep.
because you don't have good options left. So.
Yeah, and we had that in Classics last night with Keith deferring a couple of games to save picks for the
Yep.
final.
Yeah, but you can only do that if if you're in a situation where you feel comfortable enough.
Absolutely.
That that's where if you win 2 and you got 8 going in, you know you're through. You can just
you
you
can,
know.
you can relax a little bit.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So the top 4 actually are automatically, because of their good qualifying, are automatically in the top 16
Right.
as far as final finish with those 2 buys.
Yeah, so that's only it's 3 games per round, so that's round of 16, round of 8, and then round of 4.
Yeah.
So that's 9 games, and there's plenty of the banks. You know, the bank is pretty big. So
and let's just look at who's gone through. So Daniele, good friend of mine, Daniele Acciari from Italy, he's gone through in round Group 1. There's a playoff between Andrew Rosa and Neil Graff. We saw this group with Jason and Brian going through. Group 3 is still in progress with a tie between Andy Bagwell and Sean Lind. Group 4, we have the great Andrei Masenkoff, former world champion, going through, and another former world champion, Kaylee George, going through. And then Group 5, Josh Sharp going through with Corey Dunn.
Nice.
And Group 6 that we saw a little bit of earlier on, Jared went through. And amazingly, there's a tie between Colin Urban and Jason Werdrick. Colin Urban, a former winner here in a tiebreaker situation. It just shows that in the space of a few years, the level of play that you need to do to win here has just continued to grow.
Yeah.
I think it was 750 to qualify last year. We're now up to 765, 767.
That's
if you
the
wanted
points
to
you're talking
qualify, the
about.
points
Yeah.
to qualify.
Yeah, between 5 games.
And that just shows the improvement in both the skill of players, but also new players coming into pinball, particularly some of the young guys like Jason, who are really showing some of us older guys how to play differently. But it's fantastic to watch, and that's what I get excited about, seeing these big games with these fantastic players. And seeing those moments as they create them. You know, we saw a couple there with Jason on the balancing the balls whilst he was getting multi-ball. Looks really easy. It's insanely difficult.
Yeah.
Insanely difficult.
Yeah, I'm reminded of a few years ago in Chicago when Alex Karsmarchik was playing a Black Knight
Right.
Sword of Rage, and
Yeah, I remember.
he had balls on both of the bottom flippers and was playing the upper play field and getting jackpots. And it's just amazing to be able, and the balls weren't moving on the bottom while he was staging, which is really impressive.
So we talked about one of those ties between Andy Bagwell from Chicago area and Sean Lind. We're going to see one of them on a great tournament game, Congo. It's a fantastic game. This is Andy stepping up.
Beautiful playing game too.
Yeah, this is
I mean,
awesome.
it's just set up so nice. Andy's such a nice guy.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know Sean. I'm not saying he's not, but I'm pretty good friends with Andy. He's such an easygoing guy. I mean, how can you not like a guy with a mohawk, right?
And a Snoopy t-shirt.
And a Snoopy t-shirt, nothing wrong with that.
I think it's like a Beavis and Butthead.
It's a
Snoopy
Beavis
shirt.
and Butthead Snoopy. It is.
Oh, he got
So
the super
skill shot because he missed the.
Oh,
Oh,
Something.
something's not right.
Why?
No flippers. He's got no flippers. Oh,
What's wrong?
what's
I
wrong?
don't know. Something weird happened with the flippers.
Did something weird? I didn't catch it.
He's asking for.
It looked like the flippers stopped working.
So he's raising his hand to get a tech over. Or
Yeah.
someone to
So
make a
Bob
ruling.
is talking to Carl right now.
Yeah.
Bob Matthews.
So they'll take a look at what's going on over there.
Yeah, the upper flipper had a problem. There was definitely some issue with the flippers.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't see what happened or didn't happen.
It looked like there was an upper flipper problem.
Oh,
the
flipper button fell off.
flipper button.
This happened at District 82 on one game too. Maybe it was Andy that did it as well. I don't know. I'm just sitting here picking on Andy.
I had it happen in the open, but
Yeah.
button came off Led Zeppelin mid-game. Very irritating.
Yeah.
Spend all that time in a 59-cent bit of plastic.
Yeah.
Ruins a game for someone. It's infuriating.
So we got a tech
Well, what
over
would
there.
the ruling be on this?
I would
If
assume.
it
I
actually
would say
fell
start
out,
again.
I would assume they start over.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I would say start
Yeah,
again.
I think that's the
If
right
they-
call.
If they can fix the,
Yeah.
it's obviously a failure. If they can fix the button,
Yeah, that's a
start
simple
again.
thing.
Yeah, pretty easy fix. Especially with these fantastic techs we got here.
We just tighten up.
This is Dave. He's one of the techs here. He's been flat out fixing games all day.
Yeah.
All the tech's done a phenomenal job.
Yeah, they got their little emergency go bag with all their little parts in it that they carry around.
Yeah, I mean, there's literally a small pinball shop.
Yeah.
They could actually open up
over here
sell
that you
stuff.
can't
There's
see.
just
Yeah.
so many things that they've got.
If you needed some parts, we have them over here.
Yeah.
And there we go. Another tech's grabbed a handful of flipper buttons and
Just going to swap them out completely.
just going to go ahead and do a quick pit crew kind of NASCAR type setup here. Turn it off maybe.
They might want to move the rig out of the way, I would suggest.
Let's go.
See how this looks on the streaming.
This is a great kind of 3D view.
I know, it's trippy.
If you've never seen pinball before.
It's kind of neat because you can see both, you know, the trough through the trough there.
Yeah, this game's a very kind of three-dimensional up and down game as well. So you really get to see the view of it, and also the it's a chimpanzee or a monkey? I can never remember what it is. A gorilla.
Gray the gorilla.
Yeah, you can see Gray the gorilla from the movie. From years ago.
I'm glad they disabled that. Just if you get it started, it just gives you the award.
Yeah.
Seems kind of, that is kind of a.
Turned it off for his
I
safety.
thought they might do that because of the 50.
Especially if they're restarting the game, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, I would assume so.
And the 50 volts flowing through the flippers.
Yep. So they're going to sit here and change out this flipper probably in the span of a couple minutes, which would take me much longer to do it at home. And I don't necessarily keep flipper buttons hanging around the house either. My machines don't get played as much as these do, so they have to have that, right?
Yeah. And this is a game that we'll see. I would predict we will see a lot of this game today.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Had long queues all during qualifying.
Man.
Everybody loves it. It's a fun game.
Fantastic scores. Over 3
plays
billion,
well.
you know, Kaylee and Escher and others putting up tremendous scores.
And you can see the little mini playfield. That's like another little mini pinball game. That you can just see underneath that rail as well. This is a very rare game. It's one of the ones on my list. It's a great game for tournaments. Great game for fun.
Hard to find. Very hard to
difficult
find. People love them, and rightfully so.
And
It's such a great game.
They don't want to let them go.
Yeah. They're expensive now.
So while we have a second, while they were repairing the machine, we talking about the general strategy of Congo. Most people will start with the gray shot, which I don't know if you noticed, but Andy was trying to shoot it. Look at that, just like that, fixed. The gray shot just to the right of the left ramp there. Gray Gorilla and get some awards for that. Get some diamonds, and then
the diamonds are your locks, right?
Progress towards your locks and your multi-ball. And then there's a point where you will shoot the left ramp to work towards your map and get better rewards. Increasingly better
scoop.
on that scoop on the right-hand side. Yep.
And in tournament mode, those are all everything's in a predetermined order, right?
Yep. Specific order. Carl's making sure everything's right. Fantastic job by Carl, rocking the T-shirt there with the duck on it. All right, so hopefully we got everything repaired, and Andy's going to step up again and say, all right, let's try this second time. See how this goes.
So were you going for that outlane skill shot?
I did not. Some people do. And I don't know if the Kaylee maneuver is disabled on this or not. But he's going to shoot the gray shot here and then try to lock, move it around the loop up there, that upper right loop. Pretty standard to spell gray. And
he's going out.
Nice backhand. Yep, there you go. That's what you're trying to do. Gray and then that shot right there. So Gray again. Got to be quick on that one because of the speed he gets up. There you go. See how he adjusted like that? So now the first great gorilla is defeated, and he's going to get 20 diamonds for that,
Those locks
which
are
lights
lit,
your locks.
And it feeds his flipper directly to lock it.
Yeah.
Oh.
So there's two. I don't know if the telestrator is working. Ooh, sling, but yeah, it's not working right now.
No, it's not. Sorry, I keep forgetting when I touch the screen.
It's the left orbit and then up there towards the volcano. So he made progress. Got the first great gorilla, got the diamonds, and then at least got his locks lit. So that's where he's going to be headed next. Is working towards his multi-ball. Sean stepping up, trying a skill shot. Probably let it drain right here. Oh, maybe not. I would let it drain and try the shot again. Yeah. Maybe he just wants control. How many switch hits did he have? Okay, so he didn't have enough switch hits, so he still got a ball save, bounce it over. Yep.
Yeah, that catch out of that scoop is tough. You got to nail it.
Brutal, yeah.
There you go.
Well, if you can live catch it.
This is not bad here. Oh, okay. So he held it up. A little bit better live catch, and you can hold that.
Yeah.
So he's working towards map and gray. There you go.
Gets his lock.
Let it down, bounce over. Shoot the lock.
Nice.
There you go. Very nice job. Very nice control. Everybody wearing a little specialized T-shirt.
Yeah,
Sean's got a little different T-shirt on right now.
I think this is his mother.
There you go, back into the gray. I don't know if you saw Andy do it, but
yep. Back to gray.
So he'll go to gray again.
Similar to the Cora shot.
Yeah, very similar.
Very similar to that.
They're almost the same
Except
game.
this one's easier than the Cora shot.
Yeah.
I mean, if you've got Congo and Tron, they're very
again.
similar games.
That's true.
So we try to get that lock. There you go. Very nice. He's feeling really good about getting his second lock there. Just a skill shot. One more map, and now he's going to shoot the far right scoop there. Oh, missed and paid the price for missing.
Power drain.
And that's what happens. All right.
If he was early, see if he adjusts next time.
Yep. So overall, Andy's not in bad shape. Like I said, he got his lock lit right here. He'll go for the skill shot. Maybe he's going to choose. Oh, just
wants
control. Control.
Just letting it go down to the bottom. Ooh.
Here it comes.
See what he does. He live catches or
Yeah, Andy's really good at live catching.
Yeah,
See that?
there you go.
That's what you want.
Just demonstrate
Yeah,
it.
I mean
That's so great.
that's a skill there that's nice to have.
Ooh.
Yeah, he had no choice on that one.
Yeah.
Maybe a little bit more than he needed to, but yeah, I mean it's hard to.
Yeah,
It's
that
hard to
right
do all
lane
that
is
calculations
tough,
in your head.
on
Yeah,
the fly like that, where you
and
know
then
it's deadly over
and
there.
then if you don't move it enough, you're like, wow, I should have moved it a little bit more to get control of the ball, right? So you know,
Yep.
you
Especially
do the best
that
you can
early
to
in the
react.
ball too. He had no bonus,
Yep.
you know.
Yeah, sure. I mean, for what you're going to lose. So Sean's going to wait a little bit for the tilt bob to settle. And this is an opportunity for Sean, right? So Andy's at 56 after his second ball. This is a chance for Sean to open up a substantial gap on ball 2. And then when Andy walks up,
Yeah,
you
he's got
know,
that in his head.
when he's got that in his head on his last ball, that
Yeah.
he has to at least
Pressure.
catch Sean and then pass Sean.
Yep.
This is a tremendous opportunity for Sean to
this
open up a lead and put the pressure on Andy.
Yep.
Let's go.
That's the thing with this game. Some of the newer games have a lot of risk reward where you can really build up something valuable that's risky. This one, it's more just like playing through it, right? It's
Sure.
like taking advantage of your multi-balls.
So they're
Fun-
both
fun.
opting for the control. I like the skill shot because you can still get the ball back.
Yeah.
He plunged right into the sling.
5 million.
I hate
man.
short plunge games, I have to say.
Look at that sling.
Those slings are so sensitive.
Making progress through gray.
There you
So
go.
now the scoop. There you go. That's what he wanted. So the first map is 25 million. At some point, see, he got better on the catch. He may backhand the mystery shot. I don't know if you guys can see it, but this is scoop rare towards the middle. He may backhand it right here. There you go.
The
That's a
diamond
good-
hunt.
That's a good choice. Yeah, diamond hunt, because he can get diamonds to light his other lock. And that's what he wants to work towards right now. There's nothing wrong with defeating gray the second time. I think this gives you a multi-ball. Yeah,
Oh.
Gray award is a multi-ball is the second one. Which is different than his lock multi-ball, which is what he was trying for by getting the Diamond Hope multi-ball.
5 million.
So what you just shoot the ramps again on this one as well. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Obviously the left ramp being the preferred choice.
5 million.
I do love shooting that right ramp though.
Yeah.
But it is harder. But
Yeah,
it's very
it's-
satisfying when you get it through the pops.
Yeah. Look at that. Ugh. Maybe this bounces off for him into the left side. Yeah.
Nope. Ah,
Yeah, couldn't get
that's
control.
unfortunate. Yep.
So now he's going to shoot this upper loop right up here, get the 5 million. Oh, now he goes. That worked out pretty good.
That's what we call free.
Oh, he got the
Yeah.
lock.
That's a
Okay,
free.
so the lock is lit. So
This
this
guy's
is not a
doing
bad
this.
catch here. He chose to shoot it on the fly. And live to
There
tell
we
about
go.
it.
Yep, and this
Yep.
will be lock 3, I think.
Yep. So the orbit. This is his big opportunity.
Ooh.
Got to do. You can't just hold it up. It's going to bounce over. There you go. Now the orbit.
What is he?
I don't know what he's trying for.
I think he's just missing it.
I think he's a bit nervous. Seriously,
I mean, that's-
yeah.
I think
It's
he's
a
little
Maybe
bit
there's a
nervous.
strategy I don't know
Oh,
about.
there
There
you
you go. On the fly. This is huge right here.
Oh, it's ball 1. Okay.
Okay, that was just his ball one. Oh yeah, it was Andy that had the other two blocked.
Yeah.
Oh.
Better luck next time.
All
Does
right,
that
Andy.
kickback stay lit for him next ball? Or?
Yes.
Okay.
So Andy needs about 260 or so.
That's definitely
210.
doable. It's doable.
Yeah. Oh yeah, without a
Yeah,
doubt.
he needs 4 or 500.
At least, yeah. I mean, to make Sean do something, right? So Andy's only goal right now is to post pass over and get the multi-ball going.
Oh.
Oh, how about
That
that?
counts as a lock.
Yeah.
Right? Yep. Doesn't have to go in the thing. He's got Amy? No. Ball 1 lock right there. There you go. You always want it to go that way.
Yeah.
Nice,
Get
safe
the good
little
bounce.
feed.
Yeah. Gray. Yeah. So he can get the grill
Got a multi-ball.
Yeah. See if he gets lucky on the choice. Oh, that's not bad. Lights his lock.
Yep. Oh, that's nice.
Good bounce over.
Get a nice lock 2.
I was going to do gorilla
do that
multiple.
first. Oh, is that the first one? Oh, no.
Yeah,
okay,
that's the second one,
yeah.
yep. So Sean was not as successful as he would like on that on the gray multi-ball. So
No, there's one right there.
the key, I mean, if you could just get them both,
Yeah.
2 of them on the left, and then just
You have to just loop
rinse
that
and
over
repeat
and over.
on the.
I think he's getting control here. Oh, there it goes.
24.
This is great for Andy.
Oh yeah.
Oh, the right.
Now he's showing off. Try to get one for the road.
Oh,
Bounce over. Oh.
he needs a lot more, though, since he's player 1. So
Yep.
Yeah.
But at least he's made Sean had to play.
Yeah,
Have to
for
play
sure.
so far, and he's still adding to it. Yep. So
that lock is
decided
lit.
to backhand the mystery.
The
So
live
he
catch
get the lock.
in left orbit.
Lock is lit.
Yeah, it's easy live catch for Andy.
Or
Oh,
just-
just a dead bounce. Ooh, kind of scary.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna make the prediction that if he goes in that mystery again, it will not be a dead bounce.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, he.
No.
It's
It's a danger. Good use of a danger.
Yes.
Yeah, that was.
Uh-oh.
In trouble again.
Trying to get the lock. There you go. Back to ball 1 locked.
Let's go.
25 for it.
Oh.
Yep.
Well, Sean's going to have to.
Travicom's not the way to go.
Yeah.
Yeah, never shoot that.
Right.
Whenever you hear that sound, you're like, okay,
Yeah.
this is not good.
All right, so he Sean needs about 100. 104 to be exact. I still like the skill shot. Ooh, so scary. Back to Travagon. Get away from that. Wants control. There we go.
You gonna shoot the mystery or?
I'd probably
relax.
map.
Oh yeah, map.
There you go. Take a breath. Okay, so he feels comfortable with the gray and the 5 million. There you go. He backhands it.
Have your left, and I will
Which helps his bonus, right?
Yep.
So they've added Andy's first ball score.
Oh really?
So he's actually got 409.
Oh, okay.
Interesting. Oh yeah. Okay. So it was a
Again,
continuation.
Yeah.
Oh.
So
I wonder if Sean knows-
needs 409. I don't know
Oh,
if
nope.
it doesn't matter.
Not gonna be enough.
Nope. That'll be a yellow card, I would guess.
And then Sean yelled shucks.
Yeah.
So Andy advances.
Andy's through. Andy put the pressure on him, right?
Yep, that's exactly what he needs
Andy
to do.
breathing.
Yeah. Sometimes it's weird when you don't need a ton of points,
Yeah.
you know, because it's like when you need when the gap's bigger, sometimes it's a little easier than when it's something that seems manageable. So you're like, don't screw this up, just get some safe points, and then that happens. But these machines play tough. The slings are sensitive, so
And
once it's out of control,
when you get a problem in a machine, it kind of breaks your concentration.
Yeah.
And I think Andy, had to get back into it a little bit, but did what he needed to do.
Yep. So welcome back to the booth, everybody. You're watching the IFPA Open Championship. My name is Bill Mason.
I'm Neil McRae.
I'm Gene X. Wong. Hello.
Well, welcome to the stream, everybody.
And we're in the first round of the Open A playoffs. And let's just give a quick update. There was a couple of ties. We've just seen one. Andy Bagwell goes through with Jim Belsito. And the other tie was with Andy Rosa and Neil Graff. Andrew Rosa, the younger of the Rosas, and Neil Graff. Neil Graff went through with Daniele. So, and in the final, here's a shock. The final tiebreaker, Jason Werdrick, Colin Urban. Colin Urban is out.
Colin's out, huh?
Yeah, that's a massive shock. That will have caused much upset in the fantasy pinball, I would expect.
Except for the people who took Jason.
The bookies
which
are happy.
Which is not a bad pick.
Jason is a great pick.
Wow.
Let me show you. This was on Twister, and this is pinball. Colin Urban, 1.513 billion. Jason Werdrick, 1.54 billion.
Really?
Wow.
So literally
A disc skill shot.
A disc skill shot. In it.
Wow.
And
That's
separation.
that is insane.
Wow.
And actually similar with the actually not so similar with the Andy Rosa Neil Graff game. Neil really won it with style. So we're going into the second round, and
who's in the groups?
here are the groups. Group 1 from Sweden, young kid, great, fantastic player, Arvid Flygear. He's up against Colorado's finest, Donovan Stepp, another brilliant player. Daniele, former world champion, over from Italy. Neil Graff, who's in the top 10 of IFPA and a District 82. How would I put it? Expert aficionado. He plays District 82 is his local pinball venue, and
they're in Green
he's
Bay.
very strong there. Yeah, Green Bay. Group 2, Jermaine, a good friend of yours.
Gabe.
Gabe. I don't know Gabe myself. I don't know if you guys know him.
I don't know Gabe.
I know Gabe. He's a local player who's really, really great. Started coming out to more bigger tournaments. We always encourage him. Like everybody's got those locals that are good, and you want to kind of get them out to these big events.
And we saw Jason Zoller earlier on. He's in Group 2. Corey Dunn, another great player in Group 2. Group 3, Tim Hansen. Do you guys know Tim Hansen?
Oh,
I've
yeah.
seen him
Tim,
play.
yeah.
He's a
He's
phenomenal
old school.
player.
He used to play when Bowen was in the Bay Area. He's another
Yeah.
Bay Area guy from my area,
So
Tim Hansen.
I was watching him yesterday in Classics and just in the qualifying, and phenomenal play. So I
Yeah,
hope
and
we
this,
get to see a little bit of Tim.
this is the group that's bringing in the people that had one by the 5
right.
through 16 qualifiers. So, I mean, you don't get 5 through 16 by accident. You got to have a pretty high skill level in this format.
Yeah, we got Scott Macias, I'm going to say.
Messias, yeah, he's a local kid down here. He's
Another local kid,
yeah.
huh?
Great to
Nice.
see the
Well, he's older,
locals here.
but yeah, he's young. He's very young still.
Andy Bagwell and Jason we just saw. We've then got Nick DiStefano from Massachusetts, another great pinball player.
Fantastic player.
Yeah, and another Massachusetts, Bowen Kerens, multiple world champion, famous for his Papa videos amongst other things, works at P3. Another world champion, Andrei Masenkov, another, I would say, local-ish guy.
Yeah, up
from
in San Francisco also, yep.
yeah. Brian O'Neill we saw earlier, and then we got Travis Murray, great player from Oklahoma. Jordan Chance, another Coloradoan. There's a real Colorado mafia here.
Yeah.
Of great players.
Yeah, they crank them out, and they're all walking around with their blue Comet sweatshirts on. It's
That's
like a
it,
gang,
yeah.
you know, a pinball gang.
We've then got Josh Sharp and then Jim Belcito. Jim's running this tournament.
I know.
He's qualifying for the classics. He's qualifying
Incredible.
for the Open.
Yep.
The man is a machine.
And he's a tech.
And he's a tech, yeah.
Right, a
And he's-
fantastic tech.
And he's dealing with all sorts of issues.
Yep.
I need to find out what he has for breakfast because it's just insane. Then another great name that many of us know, Steve Bowden, Group 6, with Steve Zeller, Jason's dad, Jared August that we saw earlier on, and another former world champion, Kaylee George. So an exciting group of players. Group 1 have gone to Tron. Group 2 are on Tommy. Carl is trying to corral players to get going.
Carl's just sitting there shaking his head.
Yeah, I mean,
not getting apparently the cooperation that he wants.